Sister Opey, because of the importance of this companionship to our relationship and for our marriages to be heaven on earth, we need you to also shed more light on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to continue from where Pastor Zulu stopped. And just like you said earlier, your first question, you said companionship is the bedrock for a lasting marriage. And actually, I already opened my Bible to Genesis 2:18. I want us to understand something in this church this morning. That the motive, the original intention of God for marriage is companionship. As a matter of fact, what marriage represents, the institution of marriage, what it's doing is modeling the relationship of God with the church. What marriage is to God is a replica of what God has in mind between himself and the church. What does that mean? See, marriage, I happen to be in the counseling team of the church, and if there's anything I like to emphasize to intending couples is that, look, all these giz that is doing you now, your body will calm down. Yes, because marriage is not just about sex. See, sex is just to spice it up. What makes marriage lasting is companionship. What is companionship? What do you think it means? Before Eve came into the picture, God at the time, Pastor said in the morning that he gave him work to do. He would do work in the morning. In the cool of the day, when Adam is resting, what is he doing? God is having time of fellowship with him. They are talking. They are having an intimate relationship. When we sing to God, we sing, we worship God, we are in love with God. You are telling God, I'm all yours. That is exactly the same relationship God wants us to have as couples. And so what is companionship in particular? Companionship is keeping the bond. Companionship is maintaining, sustaining the connection you had from the beginning. It is sustaining the fire. It is sustaining the attraction. The man saw something in you. You saw something in him. And then you attracted each other. And then you decided to marry each other. Then what happens along the line? Something happens because you are not sustaining that bond. A lot of times, I'm sorry to say, I see a lot of couples who are so official. And I ask myself, this is boring. For Christ's sake, loosen up. You are going on the road. You cannot even hold the hand of the man. It is a big deal to me. It is a big deal. I look at it and I wonder, what are you guys doing? I counseled a couple recently who have been married for 11 years and they never said I love you to each other. I mean, sometimes in counseling, you hear some things and you are in shock that these things really happening. Have you heard of a situation where a couple for 25 years kept malice and they were sleeping together? Now, you see, in Christian homes, we take a lot of things for granted. We are too spiritual. Do you know what those couple were doing? Keeping malice. In the morning, your food is on the table, in a note on the table. I'm going to the office. They never spoke to each other. Okay, let me give you another example. I was privileged. I was in an Uber one day and I was listening to the radio. And then it was in Ghana. It was a call-in program. It was a live program. And a young lady called in. And she was asking, and she was pained. And she was asking a question that I'm married, I'm newly married, I love my husband. Women see, the truth of the matter is, when I was doing my intended couples in Redeem, one of the things they told us is that, see, women, you have the tendency to sustain and hold the marriage because sometimes along the line, the men may withdraw a little. There's something in management that they say that what you have starts being a motivating factor. The moment they get you, they begin to misbehave. Let me round up with this statement. Okay, I may not be able to tell you this gist behind that live broadcast. I would have loved to do that. But here is the real deal, my brothers and sisters. Communication is sustaining the connection. It is sustaining the attraction. It is sustaining the passion that you had for each other. And above all, it is keeping effective communication. Talk about what you want. Don't hold it up. Don't hide from yourself. Don't pretend. Open your mouth and communicate. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Opey.